Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/PettyRevenge. In today's episode, take my seat and don't want to move? Okay, enjoy your flight. My ex kept the power bill in my name for a decade, until today. A drunk girl called me repeatedly, wrong number, all night and I start work at 4 a.m. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Take my seat and don't want to move? Okay, enjoy your flight. This was a few weeks ago. I was flying to visit my best friend across the USAFLCA. I get on and am in the back of the plane in an aisle seat 23C. Upon arrival I see a 20-something F sitting in my seat, so I point out, "Hey, sorry, you are probably in the wrong seat," and show her my ticket. With an eye roll that could have sounded like she was playing Yahtzee, she says, "Oh, I'm 24C. I look at 24C right behind her and see why she took my seat. There is a 300 to 400 pounds F sitting in the middle seat. I'm a 6 feet 1 inch 230 pounds M, not ideal. After a 15-second stare down I say, "Well," and she says she is comfortable already and not moving and wants to sleep, blah blah. Okay, I see how it is, real dumb to put someone upset with you in the seat behind you. I proceeded to set a silent timer on my phone that went off every 2 minutes to remind myself to kick her seat violently, and then every time the seatbelt sign went off I'd get up, grabbing the top of the seat to lift myself up, pulling her seat back and forth, and one time, accidental but worth, pulled her hair she put over the back of the seat. Safe to say she had lots of extra turbulence and got absolutely no sleep. There were many death stares and head turns. Each time I would just smile and wave. I knew she wouldn't say anything either because she is not even supposed to be in that seat anyways. Happy travels. My ex kept the power bill in my name for a decade, until today. Join me right now as I await the arrival of my petty revenge. It's my ex's birthday today, and I had always made a very nice V-Day/birthday week extravaganza each year of our 10-year marriage, despite his dirtbag ways. Horrible marriage, lots of DV, and when I finally could take our kids and I left almost everything behind, including the house. Had to, or I would have never been free. Well, a few weeks ago when one of my sons visited him for an hour on college break and noticed that my ex had received mail with my name on it. It was his electric bill. Long story short, he was supposed to have updated accounts into his name but did not because that would have cost him money, and I somehow failed to notice. My bad for not knowing, but single motherhood, starting over, and recovering was almost too much at times, and I guess things slipped through the cracks. I since have run my credit report and straightened a few other things out, nothing too horrible. As far as the electric company went, they told me I had two options. I could notify him and schedule a termination, which would allow him time to come to the office with a deposit and paperwork to start the account over in his name. Or I could simply terminate the account at any point without notification, and then suggested this I might want to do so this week as it was the best time in the billing cycle to do so. I thought hard about it. He lives alone and doesn't have any pets or people in the house who would be harmed by a night without power. It's a major inconvenience though. He'll be confused when the lights go out, and then when he's told the news he'll be mad, and then he'll have to come up with a deposit tomorrow. So she helped me schedule it for COB today with no warning to him. Operation Lights Out asshole should be happening right now. I truly hope he has a lousy birthday today. And a cold shower in the morning. And if there's any deposit returned to me, the electric company says it's mine to keep, but I'll be donating to the Women's Crisis Center a few towns away where I live now, happily ever after, and with lovely electricity powering this little note of petty revenge. Thanks for sharing it with me. A drunk girl called me repeatedly, wrong number, all night and I start work at 4 a.m. This was years ago, but reading another post on this sub triggered the memory. I worked on the grounds crew for a golf course for quite a while, which entails early mornings. I went to bed at about 9 p.m. and got woken up for the first time around 11 p.m. She was already belligerent, asked for Steve. I explained to her I am not Steve, she had the wrong number. Back to sleep. 15 minutes later she called again. Steve? No, you just called, not Steve. Click. This continued for hours. I was using my phone as my morning alarm so I couldn't turn it off. I was at the mercy of this drunk ditz. I imagine it was about 10 or 15 calls throughout the night. I was so irritated I slept terribly. Fast forward to 3:30 a.m. I woke up, went to the kitchen to make my coffee, checked call history, and called the most recent number. The mixture of exhaustion and pain in the voice that answered was palpable. Is Ginny there? She told me I had the wrong number and I pleasantly said okay, and hung up. I phoned her back about 15 times during my morning routine and commute to work until she finally exclaimed, "Why are you doing this?" Sounding like she was starting to cry. I forget what I said, but it wasn't important. I got the revenge I wanted and I'll never forget it, haha. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.